Hello, my students. It's period number 2. Okay. In the last lesson, we have studied about learning styles. This lesson is connected with the last. What are the 3 learning styles? If you remember, yes, they are. There was visual, oral, and physical. Okay. I want you now to tell me what is the title. Yes, tips for smarter learning. What do we mean by tips? Tips means advice for smarter, intelligent learning. Okay, I want you now to read the text below, then complete the task. Yes, line number 1. Traditionally, schools tend to use particular teaching methods. What are the schools tend to use? Particular methods. Yes, teaching methods either visual, oral, using CDs and written tests. يعني المدارس تميل إلى استخدام طرق particular the opposite of special teaching methods أساليب تعلم محددة باستخدام الفيجوال oral using CDs ممكن يستخدم CDs written test. Line number 2. Pupils who learn well with these styles are often seen as clever. وهدول الطلاب اللي بيستخدموا these styles these. What does this pronoun refer to? To the students. Are often seen as clever. بصنفوهم على إنهم clever. What do you mean by clever? This is the opposite of stupid. عكس كلمة stupid أذكياء. Okay. أغبياء sorry. While those who use other students who use styles may find themselves in lower classes ممكن يلاقوا نصنفهم على انهم في lower classes. Labeled as. What do you mean by labeled? This is a new word. Focus on it please. Labeled means called as slow learners. وهدول الطلاب اللي ما بيستخدموش الطرق اللي هو تبعت الفيجوال والاورال والفيزيكال بيصنفوهم او labeled they called as slow learners. In reality means in what? In fact, yeah, they refers to what? To those yes who use different or other student. They may be neither slow nor clever. يعني ما بقول يعني لهم خرق في الذكاء ولا هم أغبياء أو من اللو في الحقيقة. But if they لكن لو إنهم treated differently they may begin to believe the label that others put on them. Line 5. But it doesn't have to be that way. ولكن هذه مش الطريقة. Becoming aware of إيش اللي لازم يعني the writer what does he say to us? To be aware of your personal learning style. يعني لازم نكون مدركين my girls to our personal learning style. نموذج التعلم الخاص which can help you to take control of your learning by using techniques. Yes, وهذه بتخليك تتحكمي بطريقة تعلمك باستخدام آليات معينة that work well for you. For example here أعطيني مثال عليها. Here are some tips. كيف نعمل نتحكم بطريقة تعلمنا. يعني we have here some tips. What do you mean by tips? Advice on how to adapt حتى تتلائمي to your study مع اللي هو الدراسة to your learning style. What are the tips now? Let's come to this to see such tips for visual learners. Number 1, turn your notes into picture charts or diagrams. لو انت النصيحة الأولى حول ملاحظاتك لصور لcharts لdiagrams. Tip number 2, don't have things around you that might distract your attention. وما تاخدش بالأشياء اللي بتشتت اللي هو attention. What do you mean by attention here? Means إيه انتباه. أوكي. Tip number 3. Look at general idea first before focusing on the details. لو احنا يعني نطلع على الأفكار العامة before details التفاصيل، يعني every small things. تفاصيل means every small things. وحتلاقوا المينينج students في الاكسرسايز below. اوكي. tip number 4. use mind maps. ممكن تستخدموا المايند مابس by diagram instead of written notes. المايند ماب هيها look at it. mind map, this is about global warming. اوكي. المايند ماب لو خريطة ذهنية تتفرع منها أفكار معينة as you can see here. this is global warming الاحتباس الحراري. look at it please. okay, now let's come to the oral learners. what are the tips for the oral learners? number 1. record lectures or lessons to listen to later. yes, ممكن تسجل محاضرات دروس to listen later. number 2. discuss ideas. تناقش الأفكار with other students. number 3. read textbooks aloud. ممكن تقرأ النصوص بصوت عالي because it is oral سمعي. listen to quiet music. اسمع موسيقى هادئة while studying. yes, it is a good tip for oral learner. now let's come to the physical learners. what are the tips? take frequent breaks when studying alone. number 2. learn new material while doing something active. ممكن تتعلم ماتيريال جديدة وانت بتعمل نشاط active. okay. the next one, work while standing up. the last one, take subjects that include if you look at include, the opposite of this exclude. include يتضمن، exclude يستثني particular activities and field. okay, I hope you understood the text. now we come to the exercise number 1. here are some more pieces of advice. نصائح إضافية. which types of learner are they for؟ بدنا نشوف اللي هو نوع المتعلم in every tip. number 1. do something with your hands while studying. لو انت عملتي اشياء بايديك اثناء اللي هو studying للدراسة. what is the learner؟ physical learners. okay. number 2. use colored pens to highlight. لو استخدمتوا الوان لتبرز important ideas أفكار مهمة. what is the learner؟ visual learners. okay. number 3. repeat material aloud in your own words. لو انت عدتي الماتيريال أو الدرس بصوت عالي. okay. what is it؟ oral. number 4. use flashcards when studying vocabulary. لو استخدمنا بطاقات. what is it؟ visual learner. okay. now let's come to exercise number 2. what does it say? replace the underlined words with the words that can go before. sorry. exercise number 2. sorry again. replace the underlined word in these sentences with words from the text. number 1. يعني بدنا نستبدل الكلمات بالكلمات اللي تحتيها الخط. number 1. there are several different ways. في عنا طرق different ways of solving لحل المشكلة. what is a word that means ways in our lesson؟ methods طرق. number 2. if you are called، لو أنت called a clever child، دعيت أو ناديت على طفل طفل ذكي. people expect you to do well. called, what does it mean? Yes, it means labeled. Number 3, she asked me for some pieces of advice about the best way to solve the problem. Yes, pieces of advice means tips. Yes. Number 4, teachers sometimes change material to suit the needs of their student. Change, what is the meaning of it? Adapt. Change, يتأقلم أو يغير. Number 5, shall we look at the general ideas first and leave the small points? What does it mean? Small points, which means details, تفاصيل. Yes. Yes, I hope you understood the meaning, or you know the meaning of such words. Ways means again methods. Pieces of advice means what? Tips. Called means labeled. Change means adapt. Small points means details. Okay, I hope to focus on such words. Let's come to exercise number 3. Look at the different words. Look at the different words that can go before the word attention. لو طلعنا look at كلمة attention. What do we mean by attention, girls? Yes, انتباه. في عنا كلمات مرتبطة بكلمة انتباه. Look at such exercise. Focus، يركز الانتباه. Hold، يعير الانتباه أو يجذب الانتباه. Turn، يحول الانتباه لشيء آخر. Distract، يشتت الانتباه. Pay attention، ينتبه أو يعير انتباه. Okay, I want you now to complete the next sentences with such words with attention. Number 1, now that we have discussed the present situation, can we turn our attention to the future? Number 2, this is important, so please pay attention. Pay attention. أعير انتباهك، هذه النقطة مهمة. Number 3, I prefer studying in silence so that there is nothing to distract my attention. Distract attention، يشتت الانتباه. Number 4, the story was boring، القصة مملة and it didn't hold my attention، ما جذبتش انتباهي أو ما استرعتش انتباهي. Number 5, some parts of the text are underlined to focus the reader's attention on them. I hope you understood, my student. I want you to focus on such words or to pay attention to our new word. They are very important. Thanks a lot for your listening.